Okay, welcome back, everyone. Today we're digging into just one source. It's a text excerpt, but it's got some pretty big ideas. A bit unsettling, actually, about media's future.
That's right, yeah. The piece is called The Erosion of Heroism in an AI World.
Yeah.
And our mission, really, is to unpack its main argument.
Which is?
Basically, how artificial intelligence, if it starts dominating all our media, movies, stories, the images we see, how that might fundamentally change how we see heroism, our whole perception of it.
Right, so the starting point is kind of provocative, isn't it? Like, what if AI just completely takes over storytelling and visual media, too?
Yeah.
No more human actors, writers are maybe sidelined. It's just algorithms churning out content.
Content's, perfectly calculated for maximum engagement, right? Think characters with absolutely flawless expressions, plots optimized purely for clicks.
Visuals engineered to be just perfectly appealing, no rough edges.
Exactly. And the source, it argues that digital flawlessness, that's precisely where the danger might be.
How so?
Well, it makes the case that when AI controls the narrative, the stories, the visuals, it could maybe paradoxically lead to the erasure of the real hero.
Okay, the real hero dies. Let's unpack that a bit. What does that actually mean? Because the text suggests it's not just like fictional characters vanishing.
No, it's deeper. It's about what happens to us, the audience, right? The source suggests that if we're only ever consuming this perfect engineered stuff, we might actually start to forget what genuine struggle even looks like.
Right, like we could lose touch with the messiness of human effort, the reality of it.
Exactly, what it actually means to fail and then to get back up, not because the plot says so, but through actual willpower, inner grit. The source really highlights that contrast, this AI perfection versus the messy, unpredictable, sometimes really painful human experience.
So all that vulnerability, the uncertainty, the human flaws, and the sheer effort that makes heroic struggle relatable in older stories. That just gets, smoothed over, airbrushed out in this AI world.
That seems to be the core concern. And what's really interesting is how the author connects losing that authentic struggle in media to a potential shift in our actual societal values.
Okay, how does that connection work?
Well, if our stories stop showing courage that comes from real difficulty, if they avoid themes like, rebellion against huge odds or the really messy search for truth,
then maybe we slowly stop valuing those things in the real world, too. Like we stop telling stories about sacrifice or seeking hard truths because the media we're fed values something easier, smoother.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And the source asks, well, why would AI content avoid these themes?
Yeah, why?
And the answer it gives is pretty direct. AI is focused on optimization, right? Engagement. It doesn't inherently need truth or messy human struggle to achieve that.
Because those things aren't always reliable clickbait.
Sometimes, yeah. Stories driven by unpredictable human feelings, real pain, genuine risk.
Yeah.
They might not be as consistently clickable or watchable as these perfectly calculated narratives.
So the AI is making things that look real, maybe even feel compelling on the surface, convincing visuals, plots that hit the right notes. But they're ultimately just digital constructs designed for appeal, not necessarily authenticity, not inspiration rooted in actual human experience and all the struggle involved.
And the really scary part the source points out.
What's that?
We might be so entertained by the perfection, we might even, cheer it on, without even noticing that the old kinds of legends, the heroes, based on messy, real human stuff, they've just quietly disappeared.
Wow.
So when you zoom out, the source is really presenting this potential trade-off. As AI gets better and better at creating media, on one hand, you've got this promise of perfectly engineered content, tailored just for us, guaranteed to keep us watching. But on the other hand, there's the risk of losing touch with those very qualities. The struggle, the failure, that raw willpower, the difficult search for truth that have, historically defined what heroism means and inspired people for generations.
It definitely leaves you with a heavy final thought, one that the source itself poses.
Yeah, what was the exact phrasing?
It asks, and it's quite direct. And when there's nothing real left to look up to, who do we become?
That really hits home.
Something to definitely think about as you navigate this changing media world around us.
Indeed. A lot to consider there.
Well, thanks for diving deep with us on that one today.